There's something about money that fascinates us all. We see it as freedom, opportunity, security, maybe even happiness. But here's the truth. Building wealth isn't just about working harder or longer hours. It's about following certain principles, timeless rules that have stood the test of time. Let me share 4 of them with you today. The first rule is simple yet profound. Your income will never exceed your personal development. Think about it. If you're not growing, why would your earnings grow? Money flows to those who add value. And how do you add more value? By becoming more valuable yourself. That means reading books, learning new skills, surrounding yourself with people who challenge you, and stepping out of your comfort zone every single day. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens by design. Now, the second rule might surprise you. Don't focus on getting paid for your time. Focus on getting paid for results. Most people trade hours for dollars, but there are only so many hours in a day. Instead, think about creating systems, products, or solutions that can generate income, whether you're working or not. The wealthiest individuals don't just work hard, they work smart. They find ways to leverage their efforts so they can multiply their impact. So ask yourself, what can I create today that will continue to pay dividends tomorrow? The third rule is this: save aggressively and invest wisely. Too many people make the mistake of spending everything they earn, or worse, spending more than they earn. Wealth isn't built by consuming, it's built by producing and preserving. Start small if you must, but start now. Set aside a portion of every paycheck, no matter how little, and let it grow over time. Then put that money to work. Learn about investments, take calculated risks, and watch your wealth compound. Remember, financial independence isn't about how much you make. It's about how much you keep. And finally, the fourth rule ties it all together. Surround yourself with winners. Success leaves clues, and one of the fastest ways to achieve it is to learn from those who've already done it. Who you spend your time with matters. Their habits, attitudes, and beliefs will rub off on you for better or worse. Choose carefully. Seek out mentors, join communities of like-minded individuals, and distance yourself from negativity. You become the average of the 5 people you associate with most. Make sure those 5 people lift you higher. So there you have it. 4 guiding principles for making money and building wealth. These aren't shortcuts, they're disciplines. They require effort, patience, and consistency. But if you commit to them, they'll change your life. Remember, success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to follow the right path. The question is, are you ready to walk it? Let's break this down further, because growth isn't just one thing. It's a combination of many things. For instance, consider someone who wants to excel in their career. They don't simply rely on what they learned in school or during training sessions at work. No, they go beyond that. They read industry-related articles, attend webinars, listen to podcasts from experts, and seek feedback from mentors. Every piece of knowledge adds up over time. It's like planting seeds in a garden. At first, nothing seems to happen, but eventually those tiny seeds sprout into plants, and before long you have a thriving ecosystem. Personal growth works the same way. You invest in yourself consistently, and slowly but surely, you begin to see results. And let's not forget about mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you believe you're capable of achieving great things, you'll start acting in ways that align with that belief. On the other hand, if you constantly doubt yourself, you'll hold back, play it safe, and miss out on opportunities. So part of growing personally involves rewiring your thinking patterns. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of saying, "I'm not good enough," tell yourself, "I'm improving every day." Small shifts in language can lead to massive changes in behavior. Now imagine applying this principle to your finances. Start viewing money not as a source of stress, but as a tool for growth. Educate yourself about saving, investing, budgeting, and entrepreneurship. Learn how to manage debt effectively. Understand the difference between assets and liabilities. All these pieces of knowledge contribute to your financial intelligence, which is crucial for building wealth. Remember, the wealthiest individuals aren't necessarily smarter than everyone else. They're just better informed. They understand the power of continuous learning and use it to their advantage. Moving on to the second rule, don't focus on getting paid for your time. Focus on getting paid for results. Most people trade hours for dollars, but there are only so many hours in a day. Instead, think about creating systems, products, or solutions that can generate income whether you're working or not. The wealthiest individuals don't just work hard, they work smart. They find ways to leverage their efforts so they can multiply their impact. So ask yourself, what can I create today that will continue to pay dividends tomorrow? To illustrate this point, picture two different scenarios. In the first scenario, you're working a traditional 9 to 5 job where you exchange your time for a paycheck. Sure, you get paid regularly, but your earning potential is capped by the number of hours you can physically put in. Now contrast that with the second scenario. You develop a product or service that solves a problem for others. Once created, this product can be sold repeatedly without requiring your constant presence. This is the essence of passive income, a stream of revenue that keeps flowing regardless of whether you're actively involved. Of course, transitioning from trading time for money to generating passive income takes effort up front. You need to identify problems worth solving, create high-quality offerings, and market them effectively. But once the foundation is laid, the rewards can be substantial. Take authors, for example. Writing a book requires significant time and energy initially, but once published, it can generate royalties for years to come. Similarly, online courses, mobile apps, rental properties, and automated businesses all operate on the same principle. They allow you to decouple your income from your time, giving you the freedom to pursue other interests or simply enjoy life. But here's the catch. Success in this area requires patience and persistence. Many people give up too soon because they don't see immediate results. Building scalable systems or products often involves trial and error. You might launch a course that flops, or create a product that nobody buys, at least at first. But instead of seeing these setbacks as failures, view them as stepping stones. Each attempt teaches you something new, bringing you closer to finding the right formula. Over time, your persistence pays off, and you start reaping the benefits of your earlier investments. Another key aspect of this rule is understanding the importance of ownership. When you own something, a business, intellectual property, real estate, you retain control over its future earnings. Compare that to being an employee, where your income depends entirely on someone else's decisions. Ownership gives you leverage, allowing you to benefit from the efforts of others. For instance, hiring employees or outsourcing tasks enables you to scale your operations without doing everything yourself. As long as the system runs efficiently, you profit from its output. Now let's talk about the third rule: save aggressively and invest wisely. Too many people make the mistake of spending everything they earn, or worse, spending more than they earn. Wealth isn't built by consuming, it's built by producing and preserving. Start small if you must, but start now. Set aside a portion of every paycheck, no matter how little, and let it grow over time. Then put that money to work. Learn about investments, take calculated risks, and watch your wealth compound. Remember, financial independence isn't about how much you make, it's about how much you keep. Saving may sound boring compared to the excitement of earning or investing, but it's the foundation upon which everything else rests. Without savings, you lack the resources needed to seize opportunities when they arrive. Imagine wanting to start a business or invest in real estate but having no capital to do so. Saving eliminates this barrier, giving you the flexibility to act when the timing is right. Moreover, having a safety net provides peace of mind, knowing you can weather unexpected expenses or emergencies without derailing your progress. So how do you start saving? Begin by tracking your expense. Write down every dollar you spend for a month, categorizing items into essentials and non-essentials. Chances are you'll discover areas where you can cut back. Maybe you're dining out too frequently, subscribing to services you rarely use, or impulse buying items you don't really need. Once you identify these leaks, plug them. Redirect the saved money towards your savings account. Next, automate the process. Set up automatic transfers so a percentage of your income goes directly into savings each payday. Treat it like any other bill, non-negotiable. Over time, this habit compounds, leaving you with a healthy reserve. And remember, even small amounts add up. Saving $5 a day might not seem like much, but after a year, that's nearly $2,000. After 5 years, assuming modest interest, it could grow significantly larger. Once you've established a solid savings base, shift your focus to investing. While saving protects your money, investing grows it. However, investing comes with risks. So educate yourself thoroughly before diving in. Understand the difference between stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, and other asset classes. Diversify your portfolio to minimize risk while maximizing returns. Work with trusted advisors if necessary, but always stay informed. After all, it's your money, and ultimately you're responsible for its growth. Finally, the fourth rule ties it all together. Surround yourself with winners. Success leaves clues, and one of the fastest ways to achieve it is to learn from those who've already done it. Who you spend your time with matters. Their habits, attitudes, and beliefs will rub off on you for better or worse. Choose carefully, seek out mentors, join communities of like-minded individuals, and distance yourself from negativity. You become the average of the 5 people you associate with most. Make sure those 5 people lift you higher. Think about the people you admire. What qualities do they possess? Are they disciplined, optimistic, resilient? Do they prioritize growth and improve? These traits aren't accidents. They're cultivated through deliberate choices. And guess what? You can adopt similar habits by immersing yourself in environments that encourage such behaviors. Spend time with people who challenge you to dream bigger, push harder, and strive for excellence. Their influence will inspire you to raise your standards. At the same time, be mindful of toxic relationships. Some people drain your energy, discourage ambition, or sabotage your efforts. They might criticize your goals, belittle your achievements, or tempt you to settle for mediocrity. Protect yourself from these influences. Politely but firmly set boundaries, and if necessary, remove yourself from situations that hinder your progress. Surrounding yourself with positivity doesn't mean avoiding conflict altogether. It means choosing supportive connections over destructive ones. Mentorship plays a critical role in this process. A mentor can provide guidance, share experiences, and offer constructive feedback. They've walked the path you're trying to navigate and can help you avoid common pitfalls. Look for someone whose values align with yours and who genuinely cares about your success. Approach them respectfully, express your admiration, and explain why you value their input. Most successful people appreciate being asked for advice and are happy to assist aspiring individuals. Additionally, consider joining mastermind groups or networking events. These settings bring together ambitious, driven individuals who support each other's growth. Collaborating with peers amplifies your potential as you can exchange ideas, hold each other accountable, and celebrate milestones collectively. There's immense power in community, and leveraging it accelerates your journey toward wealth and fulfillment. As you implement these principles, remember that consistency is key. Building wealth isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Stay committed to your goals, even when progress feels slow. Celebrate small wins along the way, and remain adaptable as circumstances evolve. Life throws curveballs, but resilience ensures you stay on track. Keep refining your strategies, learning from mistakes, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. Ultimately, the pursuit of wealth is less about numbers and more about empowerment. It's about gaining the freedom to live life on your terms, pursue passions, and contribute meaningfully to the world. Whether you aspire to travel the globe, support loved ones, or leave a lasting legacy, these principles serve as your roadmap. Trust the process, trust yourself, and keep moving forward one step at a time. When we talk about surrounding ourselves with winners, it's not just about finding people who are already successful. It's also about understanding the qualities that make them successful in the first place. What sets apart those who achieve their goals from those who don't? Often it comes down to habits, small consistent actions that compound over time. These individuals prioritize discipline over distraction. They wake up early, set clear intentions for their day, and focus on high-impact activities. They understand that success isn't a one-time event, it's the result of countless daily decisions. Take someone who wants to build wealth through investing, for example. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment or trying to predict market trends, they commit to learning the fundamentals. They read books by experts, analyze case studies, and practice making calculated decisions. Over time, they develop an intuition for spotting opportunities and managing risks. This kind of expertise doesn't happen overnight. It's built brick by brick through relentless effort and curiosity. And guess what? You can adopt this mindset too. Whether you're saving money, launching a business, or pursuing personal growth, the same principle applies. Small disciplined steps lead to big results. Now let's address something important: fear. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles standing between you and your dream. Maybe you're afraid of failure, rejection, or even success itself. But here's the thing about fear: it's natural. Everyone experiences it at some point. The difference lies in how you respond to it. Successful people don't eliminate fear. They learn to act despite it. They recognize that discomfort is often a sign of growth. When you step outside your comfort zone, you stretch your limits and discover new strengths you didn't know you had. Consider someone starting their own business. At first, the idea might seem overwhelming. There's so much uncertainty. Will customers buy my product? Can I handle the responsibilities? What if I fail? These questions are valid, but dwelling on them won't move you forward. Instead, break the process into manageable steps. Start by researching your target audience, then create a prototype or minimum viable product. Test it with a small group of users and gather feedback. Each step reduces uncertainty and builds confidence. Before you know it, you've transformed an intimidating dream into tangible progress. Fear can also manifest in subtler ways, like procrastination. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media or binge-watching shows instead of tackling important tasks? That's fear in disguise. Deep down, you're avoiding something because it feels difficult or uncomfortable. The solution? Reframe the task. Instead of thinking, I have to do this, tell yourself, I get to do this. Shift your perspective from obligation to opportunity. Remind yourself why the task matters, not just for immediate outcomes, but for long-term growth. Break it into smaller chunks if needed, and reward yourself for completing each part. Progress, no matter how small, creates momentum. Another aspect of overcoming fear is embracing failure as part of the journey. Too many people view failure as the end of the road, but it's actually a stepping stone towards success. Every mistake teaches you something valuable if you're willing to learn. Think about inventors, entrepreneurs, and innovators throughout history. Thomas Edison famously said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. His persistence eventually led to the invention of the light bulb, which changed the world forever. Imagine if he'd given up after his first few attempts. The lesson is clear. Setbacks aren't permanent unless you decide they are. To apply this mindset to your financial journey, think about the times you've made poor investment choices or overspent on unnecessary items. Rather than beating yourself up, analyze what went wrong. Was it a lack of research, impulsive decision-making, external pressure? Once you identify the root cause, you can take steps to prevent similar mistakes in the future. Treat every experience as a learning opportunity, and over time, you'll become wiser and more resilient. Speaking of resilience, let's dive deeper into its importance. Building wealth, like any meaningful pursuit, isn't always smooth sailing. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, economic downturns, unexpected expenses, and personal challenges can throw you off course. But resilience ensures you stay focused on your goals, no matter what life throws your way. Resilient people don't see obstacles as insurmountable barriers. They see them as puzzles to solve. They adapt, pivot, and keep moving forward. One way to cultivate resilience is by developing a strong sense of purpose. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What's driving me to build wealth? Is it to provide for my family, achieve financial independence, or leave a legacy? Whatever your reason, keep it front and center. On tough days, remind yourself of your why. It will fuel your determination and help you push through adversity. Purpose acts as an anchor, grounding you when storms arise. Another strategy is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant in your life. Even during challenging times, there's always something to be thankful for. Your health, supportive relationships, past achievements, or simply the opportunity to grow. Studies show that practicing gratitude improves mental well-being and boosts motivation. So start each day by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Over time, this simple habit rewires your brain to seek positivity, making it easier to stay optimistic in the face of difficulty. Now let's circle back to the idea of creating value. Earlier, we discussed how increasing your personal development makes you more valuable to others. Let's explore this concept further, because it's central to building wealth. Value creation is the cornerstone of any successful endeavor. Whether you're running a business, offering a service, or working a traditional job, people pay for solutions to their problems. And the better you are at solving those problems, the more you'll earn. Think about the most successful companies in the world. Apple, Amazon, Tesla. They all excel at addressing specific needs. Apple designs sleek, user-friendly technology. Amazon revolutionized convenience with fast shipping and vast product selection. Tesla pushes the boundaries of sustainable energy. These companies didn't achieve greatness by accident. They identified gaps in the market and filled them with innovative solutions. You can apply the same principle to your own life. Look around and ask, what problems do people face? How can I help solve them? For instance, maybe you notice that busy professionals struggle to find healthy meal options. You could start a meal prep service catering to their needs. Or perhaps you're passionate about fitness and realize many beginners feel intimidated by gym. You could create online workout programs tailored to newcomers. The possibilities are endless, but the key is to focus on delivering genuine value. Don't chase quick wins or trendy schemes. Build something meaningful that improves people's lives, and the rewards will follow. Of course, creating value requires understanding your audience. Who are they? What motivates them? What are their pain points? The more you know about the people you're serving, the better you can tailor your offerings to meet their needs. This is where empathy comes into play. Put yourself in their shoes and imagine what would make their lives easier, happier, or more fulfilling. Empathy not only helps you design better products or services, but also fosters trust and loyalty. Customers want to feel understood and appreciated, and when they do, they're more likely to support you. As you work on creating value, don't underestimate the power of storytelling. Humans are wired to connect through stories, and sharing yours can inspire others, while strengthening your brain. Talk about your journey, the highs, the lows, the lessons learned along the way. Be authentic and vulnerable. People resonate with realness, and they're drawn to those who share their struggles openly. Your story becomes a bridge, connecting you to your audience on a deeper level. Let's transition now to the topic of consistency. Consistency might sound boring compared to flashy strategies or overnight success stories, but it's the secret ingredient behind lasting achievement. Most overnight successes took years of steady effort to materialize. Behind every breakthrough is a foundation of consistent action. So if you want to build wealth or accomplish anything worthwhile, you need to embrace the grind. Consistency starts with setting realistic expectations. Don't expect miracles right away. Instead, focus on incremental improvement. Aim to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. Over time, those tiny gains add up to extraordinary results. For example, if you save $5 a day, invest it wisely and let it compound over decades, you could accumulate a significant nest egg. Similarly, dedicating 30 minutes a day to learning a skill might seem insignificant initially, but after a year you'll have invested nearly 200 hours, a substantial amount of time that translates into expert. The key to staying consistent is building systems rather than relying solely on motivation. Motivation fluctuates, it's unreliable. Some days you'll feel fired up and ready to conquer the world. Other days you'll struggle to get out of bed. Systems, on the other hand, operate independently of your mood. Create routines that align with your goals, and stick to them regardless of how you feel. For instance, if you want to save money, automate transfers to your savings account. If you want to exercise regularly, schedule workouts at the same time each day. By removing decision-making from the equation, you reduce friction and increase the likelihood of sticking to your plan. Accountability is another powerful tool for maintaining consistency. Share your goals with trusted friends, or join a community of like-minded individuals. Knowing that others are watching and cheering you on can boost your commitment. Regular check-ins provide an opportunity to reflect on your progress, celebrate wins, and address challenges. Plus, having a support network makes the journey less lonely and more enjoyable. Now let's touch on the role of patience in building wealth. Patience is closely tied to consistency, but it deserves special attention
because it's often overlooked in our fast-paced society. We live in a world obsessed with instant gratification. Social media bombards us with highlight reels of other people's seemingly perfect lives. Ads promise quick fixes and miracle cures. It's easy to fall into the trap of expecting rapid results. But true wealth takes time to build. Consider the process of planting a tree. You dig a hole, plant the seed, water it, and nurture it. Nothing happens immediately. Days turn into weeks, then months, then years. Eventually the tree grows tall and strong, providing shade, fruit, or beauty. Building wealth is similar. You sow seeds through disciplined saving, smart investing, and continuous learning. At first the results may seem invisible, but with patience and perseverance, those seeds sprout into something remarkable. Patience also involves trusting the process. There will be moments when doubt creeps in. You might question whether your efforts are paying off, or wonder if you're on the right path. During these times, remind yourself of your vision. Visualize the future you're working toward. A future filled with possibilities, freedom, and fulfillment. Trust that every action you take brings you closer to that reality. Finally, let's talk about giving back. While building wealth is undeniably rewarding, it's equally important to use your resources to make a positive impact. Generosity benefits both the giver and the receiver. Research shows that helping others increases happiness, reduces stress, and fosters a sense of purpose. Plus, contributing to causes you care about strengthens your connection to the community and reinforces your values. Giving doesn't have to mean writing large checks. It can take many forms: volunteering your time, mentoring someone, sharing knowledge, or simply spreading kindness. The act of giving reminds you that wealth isn't just about accumulating assets. It's about enriching lives, including your own. When you give generously, you attract abundance into your life. Opportunities flow to those who give freely, creating a cycle of reciprocity. Incorporating generosity into your wealth-building journey also keeps you grounded. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of money and lose sight of what truly matters. Giving back serves as a reminder that wealth is a tool, not an end goal. Use it wisely to create a ripple effect of positivity and change. So there you have it, 4 timeless principles for making money and building wealth. Focus on personal development, get paid for results instead of time, save aggressively, and invest wisely, and surround yourself with winners. These aren't shortcuts. They're disciplines that require effort, patience, and consistency. But if you commit to them, they'll transform your life. Remember, success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone willing to follow the right path. The question is, are you ready to walk it? Start today, take one small step, and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank